Hi, Mike Beers, 1984 World Champion Team Roper. Been in the National Finals 24 times, in the Team Roping, 3 times in the Calf Roping, once in the Steer Roping. We just got back from the U.S., down there where we was doing schools, and we are quarantined because of the coronavirus for 14 days. So we're here at home, and every day I'm going to give you some information, something to do with roping. Today I'm going to start out with the beginners. I deal a lot with the beginner ropers. I use, if I'm a beginner starting roping, I'd recommend to use between a soft and an extra soft rope. I use a GT4 light is what I use for a head rope, and this is what I use if I have a beginner starting roping. And I guess one of the things I see the biggest part of is people don't know how to build their loop, or especially beginners. This is like a foreign object to them. Okay, so how I start out with beginners, and I take and tape the rope. I put 3 pieces of tape on everybody's rope. Okay, the first piece of tape is when I go to build my loop. How I'll start out with is I have 4 coils, 3 coils in my left hand, which is 4 strands of rope. Okay, the simplest, easiest way to build your loop is take this part of the rope and just throw it out there like that. Okay, so my coils are about the size of a dinner plate. The tail of my rope just about touches the ground. If I hold it here, my belt, that's about the size of coils I need to have. Then this part right here, this my loop, the part that's left out here, I take and split my hands as far as I can, take it and turn it counterclockwise and roll it over. Put that part in my left hand, my fingers, and pull it back to me. When it gets back to me, when the Hondu gets back up here, which is the Hondu is the part here that the rope goes through. Okay, once I get it back up here, I just push the rope back through the Hondu, and I find my 2 tape marks. There's one right here. It's about 16 to 18 inches behind your Hondu. This is called your spoke. Okay, so I make that with the other part of my rope, and there's my tape marks right there. I hold them up my thumb. So to hold your rope, you need to make sure the long part of the rope, which is this part here, goes to the inside of your hand and it crosses over. You hold it right here like this. I see the biggest thing that what happens to most ropers, beginners, they get way too much rope between their 2 hands. So the rope that's between my 2 hands, it's about the same length as my spoke. Okay, so all 3 of those pieces of rope are the same length. And the reason for that is all of a sudden, if I get too much rope between my 2 hands and my spoke's too short, my rope's unbalanced. This way my rope's balanced, and that way if I have my tape marks to meet, when I go to swing my rope, I don't need to feed it. If you're a beginner roper, I recommend not feeding your rope. Here's what happens to most beginner ropers. They get where they're trying to feed the rope, they're here like this, trying to push the rope through the Hondu, and all of a sudden they go to feed it and they lose their spoke. Okay? I recommend if you're a beginner roper, don't feed your rope. Tape your rope where it's marked at the right spot, and you're ready to go. Thank you for following me on my first day of quarantine. We got 13 days left.